Yo, what's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys why the dating game is fucked up for everybody nowadays in talking about men and women. And basically what it is this, is that most people are not attractive enough to get what they want, right? When I say attractive, I'm not just talking about how you look and all that other stuff. What I'm saying is most people don't know how to attract what they actually want, right? And what happens is this, right? So for example, you have a guy over here who he has money, right? But the reason why he can't get the woman that he wants is because he wants these beautiful women, and the beautiful women that he wants, right, doesn't want him because they don't need his money. Why? Because nowadays women can make their own money. Remember back in the days, way back in the days, women would need certain guys for money. And so those guys would get those women because those women needed them for the money, right? But nowadays women make their own money, so they don't need those guys. And those guys who have the money aren't really sexually attractive like that. So you have a guy over here who has money, but he's not sexually appealing, so the woman doesn't want him, right? Now, let's move on to the women. So now the women are like, well, since we don't need the guys with the money, we can actually go after the guys that we're sexually attracted to, the guys that we really, really want. But the problem is this. A lot of women want those sexually attractive guys, and then what happens is that those women want those sexually attractive guys to just be with them. But the problem is that those guys are not just going to be with them. Why? Because those guys have a lot of women to choose from. So because those guys have a lot of women to choose from, they're going to be like, why would I just stay with you if I can have all these women? So women have a hard time locking these guys down because the guys are out here fucking all these other girls right now. The sexually attractive guy over here, right? He can get a lot of sex and get shit cracking. He's out here doing his thing. But what happens is that if he wants a long-term situation, he's not able to lock that down in a lot of cases because he doesn't really have experience being consistent and doesn't have the skills to make anything pop off long-term because he's so caught up in just hooking up and doing all these other things, right? So what happens is that within each of these scenarios, right, the people have to actually learn how to be more attractive. This is why modern day dating sucks for everybody, because everybody's trying to attract, right, something, but they're not attractive enough to make this happen. So the guy over here who has the money but isn't sexually attractive, he needs to learn how to be fucking sexually attractive. And then those women would want him, right? The women right here, right, they want the sexually attractive guy to be with them and to commit to them and all this other stuff. But what happens is that most women are not likable outside of their vagina. You understand what I'm saying? So the guys will have sex with these women, the sexually attractive guys are going to have sex with the women, but there's no incentive for them to stay or to keep it going with these women because outside of the sex, they're like, I don't really like you like that. There's nothing likable in this situation. And this is the thing that issue a lot of women have, because what happens is women generally don't need to learn how to be likable and interesting and all that other stuff because guys are giving them attention anyway because the guys want the vagina. Do you see what I'm saying? But because a lot of women are not likable in these situations, then they're not able to keep a man long term. Right now, the guy who's the sexually attractive guy, if he wants to be able to have a long-term situation, he needs to learn how to be more consistent, more stable in order to make a long-term situation work. So in each of these scenarios, everybody needs to learn how to step up their game. This is why you have so many people out here arguing, complaining, feeling like, oh, we're all lonely and you know, the dating game sucks and it's social media's fault and modern women and men and all this other nonsense. And guys, you have to understand, if your dating life sucks, this is your fault. You understand what I'm saying? You need to learn how to be attractive. And guys, if you need any help, make sure you hit me up at shoplocario.com or badboymembership.com. Any of you ladies need help, DM me. You feel what I'm saying? I also coach women too. So listen, understand that the issues that you're having is because you don't know how to attract. It's really that simple. Once you learn how to be attractive, then you will attract and you will get what you want.